Hey, there we are.
Hey,
everybody.
hello.
Hey.
Welcome to a very messy Tuesday.
Yes.
Wow. Woo.
It's chaos.
We are the Raconteur Society, here to make you question your sanity and our sanity on this lovely Tuesday evening. I hope you're doing all right. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to work on some of our Deadlands Noir characters and play a little bit of it tonight. So anyway, yes, we're playing Deadlands Noir. I'm going to pass it on down to Dale. He's going to let you know exactly what we're doing and take it away.
Okie dokie. So yeah, we've played Deadlands Noir before. We have a posse, or gang as you would call it, for Deadlands Noir, but I had an idea for a separate story that's more of a police procedural kind of thing. So we've got some secondary characters for Noir. It still takes place 1936 Las Vegas.
You're getting
Yeah. Dennis didn't put his...
shakes.
Dennis isn't cross-dressing for the fun of it tonight. It's actually for a game.
Yes, Dennis is in costume for his character. So, unlike Deadlands Noir, which is built for the Savage World system, I have converted everything to Deadlands Classic, which is the system that we prefer when we play Deadlands. Savage Worlds, I love it. It has its merits. Dawn of the Daikaiju, Low Life. We've done a Mad Max campaign before with Savage Worlds. It's a great system, but for Deadlands settings, we really prefer the Classic, so that's why I converted it. So yes, a couple of these guys have made characters. Anastasia wanted to make a character, but we never had a chance. And Rob has a character that he started, but hasn't quite finished. So we are going to do some character creation for those two, for Anastasia mainly, and the rest of the guys can kind of double check their stuff. And then we might do a little bit of an intro to get these characters acquainted with each other. So Dennis, you don't have to give us a big description, but tell us your character, like the basic, what is she?
TikTok.
I am a forensic pathologist by the name of Mallory Kensington, a
Again.
10-year-old survivor of the Titanic, raised by her Irish cop uncle. And when he went from New York to Las Vegas, he put me through med school, and I'm now a forensic pathologist.
Okay. So that is your connection to the police department,
Yep.
forensic pathologist. Mike, when you get a chance, if you want to talk a little bit about your character, so we know who we've got started.
Yeah, and I'll try not to be too racist here.
No,
but,
that's fine.
I am playing a enlightened martial artist named Chen Walks with Knife Donaldson. I have to reread a little bit of his backstory, but basically he is. I have nothing. His father is the Chinese government. His father was his sifu, his master, and I'll have to read through it real quick again. But basically,
how is he connected to the police department?
he is a cop. He's
Right.
a detective, so he's kind of like the Chinatown cop.
Yeah.
His grandmother is actually a lesser noble. And
Oh, okay. I thought you said blowhole.
No,
That's why I was
she
like,
was
what'd
a
you
blowhole.
say?
What?
What'd you say? Man, how rude to your grandmother.
No, that was it.
He's not
Okay.
a whale.
She's actually a noble, and she married one of the Indian chiefs from Buffalo Bill's
Rodeo show.
show.
So yes, there is still the United States and the Confederate States. The Civil War is over, but they've divvied up the country. So you still have the North and the South, and like the disputed lands are still there. Some of the Native American lands are still there, maybe in a more diminished capacity, but they're still there. So like the Sioux Nations and the Coyote Confederation, they might not be as big as they were in the West, but they are present. To a much lesser degree. A lot of the history is kind of similar. Ghost Rock has probably in the last 20 years or so been figured out. They've figured out how to condense it into liquid form. So you now have ghost fuel.
Oh, wow.
So unlike Ghost Rock, where you just burn a lump of coal, you can actually pump your car full of Ghost Rock. But you got to be careful because if it's like high performance or whatever, or if you're gonna floor it, it could blow your engine if your car's not exactly modified. So it is kind of a super fuel. It has been used to excessive use or a lot of use in the World Wars, stuff like that. So, and we are in 1936. So, you know, there's all the whole thing between the U.S., the Axis, especially the Nazis. That's all still going on. So it's very Indiana Jones kind of thing. So you've still got war a brewing, so to speak. So, but now we're entering another World War phase. So, a lot of the sciences have kind of, what would I say, progressed quicker. So even though we have fingerprints, we can kind of test blood samples, but we don't have like DNA. It's not like today's police work. It's still the old-fashioned police work. We don't have computers that we can search for files on. It's go in the basement. It's in there in a box somewhere, or it's in this drawer. And if you need to check out a book from the library, you better know your Dewey Decimal System because it's still the card catalog. Wow. So kind of like that. It's very much 1930s. They still have, it's Las Vegas, the Strip. It's a little bit bigger. I know Metropolitan Las Vegas Police Department didn't start until like 1973, but there were police, a lot of FBI, G-men around in Vegas, but it's mostly mobsters. So you guys are kind of on the police department. The police department, by and large, is corrupt or can be corrupt. A lot of cops are paid to look the other way. A lot of cops look the other way so they don't get shot or protect their family. There are good cops on the force who are trying to fight the good fight, and hopefully that's what you have decided to do. If you do end up being corrupt, that's fine, but could make your life really complex. They do have internal affairs, but again, pay the right judge, pay the right internal affairs guy, you might get off the hook. So you'll be fighting not only criminal elements, but probably corruption as well. So, all right. So we have the forensic pathologist and a Chinese beat cop, or a Chinese detective, and you're playing a beat cop, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Anastasia, you wanted to be an FBI profiler?
Correct.
Okay. So yes, like I said, there's the, I don't know if they have certain names. I'll have to look it up again, but there is like the FBI, but there's the Northern FBI and the Confederate FBI. I think it's kind of basically like the Pinkertons and the Rangers. So are you want to be from the North or the South? And Las Vegas is technically in Nevada, but it's kind of along that neutral territory. It's not North or South. So Las Vegas is kind of that Dodge City and Deadlands Classic where it's like, you got the North and the South there for their own interest, especially the mobsters and stuff.
Right.
So depending on what bar you go to, whether you're from the North or South, is how they treat you. But most people are like, well, everybody's here corrupt, so it doesn't matter where you're from. Mm-hmm. But do you have a preference, North or South?
South.
South. Okay. So I will look that up. For now, I would call it the CBI, the Confederate Bureau of Investigations, because that's probably what it is. But I'll double check in the book later. All right. So, we are going to build a character classic style. So, for those of you who are watching, if anybody's out there, building characters the classic style is quite a bit different than Savage Worlds. So, we'll go through it right off the bat here. Let me know when you're ready, Anastasia, and shuffle your deck of cards with the jokers in.
Okay. Ready.
Okay. Draw 12 cards. Off the top, from wherever, just draw them face down. Well, actually, when you draw them,
Yes.
flip them up.
Lift them up.
Zombie Jesus was giving us dates on when things happened in that time period.
Yeah, there you go.
Didn't notice that until just now.
If you draw a joker, stop and let me know.
Stop.
Okay, draw another card and lay it right on top of that joker.
Okay.
Okay, now keep going. So that counts as one. So, okay, from top to bottom, left to right, read what is the first card you have.
5 of spades.
Okay, that is going to be 4d6.
Okay.
Yep, on your scratch paper.
Yep, on your scratch paper. What you got next?
Oh, yeah, you just go straight down.
5 of hearts.
5 of hearts. That's 3d6.
All right. Third is the ace of clubs.
That's
Oh, John Smith.
1d12.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Next one's king of spades.
King of spades. That is 4d10.
So glad you could join us, darling.
Two of spades.
2 of spades. 4d4. Now, 2s are the lowest ones you can get. And you are stuck with those. And I'll explain that when we get them all written down.
Okay.
What's next?
6 of spades.
That's 4d6.
Next one is 9 of spades.
4d8.
2 of hearts.
3d4.
Joker with the 3 of hearts.
Okay, so what that means is a joker is a d12. The hearts is 3, so it's 3d12. And then I want you to put a star or an asterisk by that so we know that's a joker.
What color Joker too?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't matter.
All right. 4 of spades.
4 of spades is 4d6.
Ace of hearts.
3d12.
And the final one is 7 of spades.
That's also 4d6. Okay, so if you want, go ahead and gather your cards, shuffle them up real good, and we'll draw a second set. And then you can choose which set you want to use.
Okay.
Okay, so from left to right, go ahead and read them off, and I'll tell you what they are.
2 of diamond.
That's 2d4.
6 of clubs.
1d6.
8 of clubs.
8 of clubs. 1d6.
Queen of hearts.
Queen of hearts is 3d10.
Ace of spades.
Ace of spades. That is 4d12. Thank you, Lemmy.
I do it the right way.
Yeah.
The ace of spades. 8 of hearts.
8 of hearts is 3d6.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Don't mind Dennis. He's just playing his part.
I did his makeup best he can. 8 of diamonds.
2d6.
All right. Jack of clubs.
1d8.
Queen of clubs.
1d10.
9 of spades.
9 of spades is 4d8.
Ooh, nice.
7 of spades.
4d6.
And the final one is 10 of hearts.
3d8. So, personally, devil's advocate, I would say the first column is probably your best choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, because I analyzed both and deducted, and I agree.
Okay, so take your 2 lowest, but not the d4s. Those you are stuck with. So the 2 that you think are like the worst, and cross them off.
Okay. Now, what about the one with her
Yep.
joker?
Got them all put in?
Yeah.
All right, you have a joker.
Yes.
Shuffle a deck.
Eight of spades.
8. Okay.
8 of spades.
Ooh, interesting.
Psychotic?
He goes right up to it. Psychotic.
Fruit Loopy?
Okay. This is what that one is, and I will let you draw one more time, and you can choose which one you want.
Shoopy Doopy?
Go ahead and shuffle them up. Draw another card.
Okay.
We'll just draw
of
2,
them
and then I'll let you
together, or-
choose. Yep, all of them. Put that 8 back in.
Oh,
Make note of it.
Because if you draw it that again, you're stuck with it, obviously.
It means the gaming gods said, no, this is yours.
this is yours, and you shall keep it, whether you like it or not.
Jack of clubs.
Jack of clubs. What color is it? Black?
Black.
I'm going to read them both, and you can decide which one you want.
Never good when Dale gives us an evil laugh.
8 is an ancient pact. The character's ancestors made a pact with a Manitou sometime in the distant past, before the Great Spirit War. The power of that pact still traces through the family's bloodlines. The character gains a power of the Harrowed at level 1. The level cannot be raised unless the hero someday becomes Harrowed. You should decide which power to grant your character. You can base the ability on her personality if you choose, or you can choose an ability at random. Since the power was chosen by a distant ancestor, they may not have... that may not have been a whole lot like the hero at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, now, here's Jack Black, not the actor. A ghost of some sort haunts the character. It's haunted. No one else can see or hear the being, but it's always lurking nearby. Black card. The character is haunted by a malevolent ghost. It appears at the most inconvenient times to frighten and confuse the hero. At least once per adventure, not session, adventure. Whenever the character draws a black joker from the action deck.
What?
So, at least once per adventure, and whenever the character draws a black card in the action deck, the ghost appears and tries to trick, confuse, or distract him.
Oh, yeah.
In either case, you should put some thought and personality into the ghost's identity. Perhaps a beneficial spook is the ghost of a dead relative. A malevolent specter could be a ghost of someone who died because of the character. Mm-hmm. So you can either take a malevolent ghost or an ancient pact, and you get a Harrowed power.
Ooh,
level 1.
Nice.
Yep, the ancient pact.
Ooh,
Okay.
there it goes.
All right, so... once you make your character and choose your edges and hindrances, we will pick out a Harrowed power for you.
Okay.
So we'll get to that later.
Harold Fredman.
Yeah. All right. So take your cognition die type, your knowledge die type, and your smarts die type, and add those together and jot it down on your
That's 32.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now you have that many points to put into skills.
Okay.
And it's 1 for 1. So if you want a 2 in something, just put 2 points in it.
Okay.
That's why I had
You can't have any higher than 5.
Okay.
And I think this is where the point where you are starting.
Yes, this
Okay.
is where I'm coming in.
So
I have 30 points.
All right.
it was a hectic
Go
night
on,
at the
Freak.
gaming table. Then she walked in, putting the lipstick under her mustache.
Once
Pretty
again-
much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those, I just heard you talk about academia. Let me give you an idea of what some of that stuff will be. Academia, bookworms are rarely appreciated in the Weird West until the conclusion of some epic adventure. Then their obscure knowledge about what might kill a critter that's already gobbled up half the posse tends to come in handy.
Zombie Jesus. Ridicule is equal to vicious mockery.
Yes.
D&D
Yeah.
5th edition. Yeah.
Basically. The academia skill provides a character with information about his chosen subject. He might choose a field within a narrow subject, such as military history. So some examples I have: philosophy, history, occult, others. Let's see. I think another good one would be like psychology.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah, psychology would be under academia because you have to study that. Just so you know, professional are like journalist and politician. It's a catch-all category for social sciences that require formal education or training of some sort. Journalism, law, military, photography, politics, theology. I mean, I guess psychology could go under that too. So it's whatever you want.
Yeah. I was thinking psychology.
Okay. And then science would be like general biology, chemistry, engineering, physics. So, and let me know when you get your points all signed. We'll move on to the next thing.
Mine's assigned.
Yours is done?
Yep.
Do you have edges and hindrances yet?
Nope.
Good. That's next. Okay, so edges and hindrances. Now, the way this works, you can take 10 points of edges, and you can edges and hindrances are kind of a strange thing. If you take edges, you have to use your skill points to buy them. But for every point in edges you take, if you take that many points in hindrances, they balance out.
I'm going to have to because I already spent my points.
Right. So what I always recommend people is take 10, and you can have a max of 10. So it's best to take 10 points of edges and 10 points of hindrances. That way it balances out and you get a lot of role-playing opportunity. So what I'm going to do is edges and hindrances. So what I think I'll do is go with the hindrances first.
Okay.
And so on the back of your piece of paper,
Dennis, would you slide me an extra piece
Yeah.
of paper, please?
what I'll do is I'll read them each out. If you want to know what it is, I'll give you a brief description. If you're interested in it, jot it down. I'll tell you how many points it's worth, and then we'll go through and kind of narrow it down from there. Got it?
Gracias.
Okay.
Nada.
So the first one for hindrances, Aelin. It's rated 1, 3, or 5. So what that means is Aelin of 1 is you have a persistent cough that kind of screws up your search or whatever, sneaking. 3 is sometimes you're going to feel pretty crappy and be at negative rolls. And -5 is you're probably going to die sometime. And every game session you draw a card, and if you draw the card, you will die at the end of that session. Like tuberculosis, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Aelin, all thumbs. Bad ears. It's -3 or -5.
Yeah.
Bad eyes, -3, -5. Bad luck is a 5-point hindrance. Big britches is -3.
What's that?
Big britches, you're overconfident. I'll do it. I can do it. So you're kind of foolhardy and a risk taker.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody tries to intimidate you, you're like, I can take you on, even though you're 5'4".
Little cocky.
Yeah. So,
We all like a little cocky every now and then.
Biggin, rated -1, -2.
Biggin.
-1 is you're a little bit overweight. -2 is you're obese. So the disadvantage is your pace is smaller, your vigor might be less.
Like Andre the Giant kind of stuff happens.
Right. But you might also have a bonus to your size, so it takes more to hit you. Bloodthirsty. Big mouth. Cautious. Clueless.
Hey, remember the society then.
Curious. Death wish. Doubting Thomas. Enemy, rated 1 to 5. Foreigner.
What was that again?
Foreigner. Foreigner.
Foreigner.
Yeah. Foreigner.
Garner.
Foreigner.
So you might get treated differently. Geezer.
Geezer.
That one's
Yep.
easy.
I played that one once.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I had
Sure
my-
did.
I had to get my geezer removed once.
Well, here's an old one.
Yeah.
You throw a stick of
pretty
dynamite
rough.
in there.
Greedy. Grim servant of death. 5-point hindrance.
Thank you, yo.
Habit. Rated 1 to 3. Hankering.
Always hungry?
Nope, you have a hankering for something, whether it's alcohol, opium, cigars.
Ah,
You have a
Alcohol opium cigars. Those are the worst.
hankering is something that will impair your judgment,
That's a
make
1
you
to
sick.
3, isn't it?
1 to 3. And then habit
yo.
is just doing something annoying or gross, like picking your nose or
A hunk of cheddar.
yeah, like
Go big or go home. Well, we thank you, yo.
hankering for
Yo's
a
been
hunk
sending
of
more
cheese. Yep.
thanks, yo.
Thanks, yo.
And zombie, my
I
wife
promise
Bob,
I'm paying attention to you.
my wife Bobby and I just quoted that today. Hanker for a hunk of cheese.
Cheese.
For
Nope.
A wagon
for a
wheel.
slice of-
A wagon
Don't
wheel.
make me a Sunday. You're a Sunday. Okay, so after hankering is heavy sleeper, heroic, highfalutin, illiterate. Probably not a good idea for a psychologist.
No.
Could be. Well, I think she's dumb. I've been sitting there reading here this book about the fact your mom maybe touched you or did something. I don't know.
Intolerance, rated 1 to 3.
They can't tolerate me.
Yeah. Intolerance is like a certain type of people, a certain class of people. Like, I don't want to brag. Characters had an intolerance toward uncouth people. You know, you can have an intolerance toward lawyers.
It could be where the point 1 to 3 is 1, you just you're annoyed by getting away. 3 is like you pull out a gun and shoot them.
Or you're just going to hound them all the time. So,
Well, and I don't mean that on TikTok. That means we pull out a water pistol and have a nice fun fight with spaghetti.
We don't unalive anyone.
Nope, never.
kid, lame.
Like the Raconteur Society.
Lame, isn't that what? Like you have a.
Yeah, 3 or 5. 3 is you've got like your pace is lessened. 5 is you're like walking with a cane, something like that.
Right.
Right.
Law of the West. You won't shoot somebody in the back. You know, the all Law of the West. Loco, 1 to 5. Loyal. Lion eyes.
Lion eyes.
If you're trying to bluff somebody, they'll see right through you.
Oh, jeez.
Or if you are trying to tell a lie, they're going to be like,
Liar.
yeah. Miser. Mean as a rattler. Night terrors. We all know how well that works out. Oath, 1 to 5. Now an oath and obligation. Obligation is 1 to 5. Oath is 1 to 5. Obligation would be like, I have to report in to my military outpost every few days, or I have to pull my shift at the hospital every 2 days. That's an obligation. An oath is, I will always help the innocent, or an oath could be, I vow to prosecute criminals to the fullest, or something like that. So an oath is more of something you've decided you're going to do. An obligation is something you have to do. And they can both be problems. You know, if you have an obligation, it's like, well, I got to go. I got to report to my military thing while you're doing this interrogation. So, okay.
So you can't hide your lion eyes, Joe said.
Ain't no way to hide your lion eyes. Roar.
Outlaw, 1 to 5. Probably not going to work in a police procedural.
No.
One-armed bandit.
Oh, I got one arm.
It wasn't me. It was the one.
One-armed
Literally only have one arm.
Yep.
It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. Pacifist, rated 3 to 5.
Now that's the thing. I can't arrest you. I can't.
Yeah. Well, you could arrest him, but you wouldn't punch him. No police brutality.
That's right.
Poverty. Randy. We all know how that one turned
Yeah.
Oh,
out.
yeah, we knew how that one worked out.
Yep.
Scrawny. Self-righteous. Slowpoke. Squeaky.
Squeaky.
Yeah, your voice is like
Yeah. Like you never.
high-pitched, needly.
Yeah. Instead of outlaw, I can take in-law.
Oh, yeah.
Very funny. That's awesome.
As a defendant.
You sure?
Yeah, I guess you could if you want to do stereotypical mother-in-law as a hindrance.
Yep.
Yeah, you could make your character Stanley, and you own this apartment complex. And
Yeah.
oh, Stanley.
Oh, Stanley.
Okay, squeamish.
I took that.
You did take squeamish.
Yes, I did take
That's
squeamish.
funny. I think I'm going to make a medical examiner who's squeamish.
Blood. Oh.
He just passes out the whole time. Okay, stubborn,
That's your spleen.
superstitious, thin-skinned, tin horn.
Tin horn.
You are educated, so you use a lot of big words.
Oh.
You know, you're a tin horn.
Back
Back in the old West, if you came from the East Coast, you're a tin horn. You know, using all those big words. Which ones do you have so far?
Curious and stubborn.
Curious and stubborn. So
Yeah.
that's 5 points. Mm-hmm. Any others you were interested in?
Not really.
Okay.
You can always revisit those two.
Yeah. So how about you, Rob? What do you?
I actually had a lot interest in a lot more different ones.
Okay. What do you got?
I was actually thinking about taking night terrors.
Oh, night terrors. Okay. So that is a 5-point hindrance. So there's half your points
That's
right
a
there.
maybe.
Okay.
So I'm also interested in curious.
Which is 3.
Ugly as sin.
Which is -1.
-1.
Yep. And let me read that description to you so you know exactly what you're in for. It's too bad the old saying stopping a bullet with your face isn't true. If it was, you'd never have to worry about being shot. Subtract -2 from friendly persuasion rolls
Oh.
whenever your character looks might intervene. On a plus side, you can add +2 whenever when his looks might actually help, like making overall or hostile persuasion attempts.
Yeah, never mind.
So yeah, it's not as great as you think.
Not as glamorous as what you thought.
Well, I am going to take an enemy.
Okay,
I want an enemy of 1.
enemy of 1.
Yes.
So let me explain to you what that is.
I think I know what that one is. We've done that one before.
Yeah. Enemy rated 1 to 5. Remember, every foe you put down likely has some friends or family that might come looking for you later. An enemy or enemies of some sort. Vengeful but inexperienced youth who is stalking the character, for example, would likely be worth 2 points since her appearance would be fairly common, but he's relatively weak. A deserter should take an enemy as well, but neither the USA or CSA have much time and interest, so this would only be worth 2 points. So a 1-point enemy could be anybody who just, like a reporter that's always bugging you and trying to
Nothing.
get you in trouble, or another cop who's like, oh, who'd you arrest? Like, a bully.
Right, a bully.
And it's somebody who's not always going to be showing up.
Right.
So if you want to take an enemy of 1 and decide who that is, cool.
It's going to be it's actually going to be I had this figured out before. I was thinking about this was basically I made an arrest that was kind of one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't type of arrests. So and it was somebody that had to do with that is always harassing me. Like, not the person that had the arrest, but it's like a family member. He's like, "How's it going, gumshoe?" Like.
So you arrested some guy's brother,
Right?
And now the other brother's like pissed about it.
Right.
Whether it was probably a legitimate arrest.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine.
I also had interest in hard, so I took night terrors. I had interest in hard sleeper too, because how fun would that?
Oh, heavy sleeper.
Heavy sleeper. Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be rough.
Heavy sleeper with night terrors. Never wakes up.
Yeah.
No.
That's a 1-point hindrance.
If I want to know the
So
process.
now that you guys have your hindrances, we'll do your edges. These are a lot easier. There's a lot less of them, but these are the ones that you're like, oh, that's why I got so many points in hindrances.
And they'll have to take probably.
Maybe. And there's a couple I might.
Sorry.
Mike, how many points in edges do you have? Because you have lawman, right?
Yes.
So here are some hindrances.
Edges.
Hindrances.
Edges.
Edges. Arcane background. Blessed if you are a mackerel. I couldn't pass it up. So yes, there are.
Time out.
Nice timing.
Yes.
Okay. Hindrance. Or I mean,
Edges.
Edges. So edges and arcane backgrounds, all of them are available. So there's blessed. There are still shaman around. Hucksters. They call them grifters now, but they're hucksters. Let's see. The enlightened, which are martial artists, voodooists. I think that's, for the most part, all of them.
I think
Mad scientists, you could do that. But if you're not interested in arcane background, I'll just go on.
could I take Huckster to explain the night terrors?
Good.
I think I'll do that.
So you're going to be a huckster?
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Cool.
time I've never played one before.
They're fun.
So, yeah.
Cool. So, okay. Arcane background huckster. It's worth 3 points.
Okay.
Moving on. Belongings, 1 to 5. Means you got a lot of stuff. Whether it's your own car, you probably don't because you have poverty. So you're probably hoofing it. Big ears,
How many was belonging? Sorry.
1 through 5.
Okay.
Brave. Brawny. This is the opposite of biggin. You have a size of 7, but it's because you're muscular, not overweight. Let's see. De Niro, 1 to 5.
Not gonna do that this time.
Yep. Eagle Eyes.
Yes.
That's a 1-point edge. And that's seeing things far away.
Right. Very helpful.
Fleet-footed. Friends in High Places, rated 1 to 5. And that is generally probably for you guys, friends in your field or friends in the police department.
Right.
Gift of Gab, learning languages. Keen, that's a 3-point edge. That adds +2 to all your cognition checks. So looking for clues, that's always a good one to have. Okay, Lawman. So you are an FBI profiler, Anastasia, so you would probably have, let me check and see
What was it again?
Lawman. Because Dennis, you are a forensic pathologist, so you're not technically a lawman, you just work closely with the police. Let's see, it's the other way.
I'm a beat cop. I'd probably have lawman, wouldn't
You would have lawman, yeah. Mike, what was your lawman rated at?
3-point detective.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine would be a 1 then, probably.
No, not necessarily.
Mine would be a 20, I mean.
Okay, yeah. Rob, you would have to take lawman of 3 because you are an employed police officer, just like him. Even though he's a detective, you're a beat cop, you're employed.
Okay.
All right, going on down the list, we have level-headed,
Yeah.
light sleeper,
I'll take light sleeper and heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
I'm a heavy light sleeper.
luck of the Irish. Let's see, mechanically inclined, nerves of steel. Gives you a bonus to your guts checks.
What does that one cost?
It's 1. Basically, if you ever fail a guts check and roll on the scare chart and it tells you you flee, you can stand your ground instead.
Okay.
Purdy.
Well,
Rank,
Purdy.
1, 2, or 3. Doesn't really apply here. You're not in the military. Renown, 1, 3, or 5. If you took renown of anything, like for instance, Anastasia, you're a well-known and well-respected profiler. For you guys, renown would be like you're the beat cop that everybody likes and like, oh, he's a good cop.
Right.
And everybody comes to you with their problems. For you, even like renown would be like, oh, it's that Chinese detective, but man, don't piss him off.
You have renown of 1.
Okay, so you have renown of 1. And for your
it's
forensic
more like,
pathologist, that would be you're a well-respected or known, or maybe it's even you're renowned to have that wild side. So, let's see.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sand, rated 1 to 5. Sense of direction. Sidekick, but I'm not allowing sidekick. The Stare.
Ah.
Thick-skinned. Tough as nails. Two-fisted. Veteran of the Weird West, and The Voice. Now, two-fisted is basically using a pistol in both hands. I simplified it to that because the new rules, you have to have that and two-gun kid, and I'm like, no, we're just going to do 1. And then tough as nails is basically negating wounds or penalties.
What points is that?
Tough as nails?
Yeah.
Let's see here. It's rated 1 to 5. Okay. So everybody got your edges and hindrances
Yep.
tallied up?
I took I got my flip flop. I took arcane background hucksters.
Okay, hold on. This is something I wanted to do that might be important. So, Mike, what are your edges and hindrances? I need to know this
sorry.
for the future. Well, I forgot I was going to write them all down.
My edges, arcane background, Asian, enlightened, 2 points, martial arts training, 3 points.
forget to check out our link tree.
Then I have Lawman.
Okay, hold on. You said martial arts training. That's a skill, though, isn't it?
I don't know. It says 3 points. It cost me
Mike
5
says-
points to get the agent.
Oh, martial
Sure
arts
enough.
training is 3-point edge.
Show enough.
Skill
Oh, no.
same for Chinese style sword, brawl, or lethal hand to hand. So basically, I have my martial arts at 4, but I can basically use a sword, brawl, or lethal
Yeah,
in any of those 3. So I kind of get 3 skills in one.
yeah.
Three
Okay,
skills in one.
Enlightened martial arts training. What else?
I have the shaman, but I don't use it, nor do I even know I have it.
Right.
That was from my Joker card. Then I have Lawman, renown of 1 in the Asian community in Vegas,
Midnight poker.
and Purdy at 1.
He winks at yo and he's on the run.
Renown of 1.
Yes, and Purdy of 1. Do you need to know my chai powers or not?
No. Hindrances.
Heroic, squeamish, enemy, a good group of cops dislike me because of who I am.
Damn
Okay.
supervisors.
Tolerance to the old ways with Doubting Thomas combined in it. So it's 1 point, but it's kind of like anything that happens with that, it's kind of like, it's
The
kind
old
of,
ways, like the Native American old ways. Okay.
it's kind of a Doubting Thomas. That's the way I look at it
Yeah.
whenever it comes like that way. And hankering for tobacco.
All right, Rob. What are your edges?
My edges are arcane background huckster. Keen.
Hold on a second. Okay.
Keen.
Yep.
Lawman. And tough as nails.
Okay. Hindrances.
Night terrors. Curious. Enemy of 1.
Hold on. Okay.
And hard sleeper 1.
Heavy sleeper. Okay. That it?
Yep. That balanced out 10 to 10.
Good. Anastasia.
I didn't choose my arcane yet.
You don't have to have an arcane.
You don't have to.
I'm good. No arcane.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to. It's
Yeah.
just an option.
I was like, no, it's all good. What he's got is good enough.
Okay.
Edges, sand +3, keen +3, lawman +3, and renown +1. Hindrances, curious, 3
Okay,
point.
hold on.
Yeah.
Hindrances curious.
3 point. Poverty, 3 point. Stubborn, 2 point. Habit, which is his tapping habit, 2 point.
Okay. Dennis.
Yeah. I've got 8 on either ways. Advantages are level-headed 5, and luckily Irish 3. And that's where I re-roll any once, right?
Look at the Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you spend a red or a blue chip on a roll, then you can re-roll ones too.
A red or a blue?
Yep.
Just remember, when you spend red, though, use it back to the DM.
I get to draw.
Screw that guy.
But you get to roll ones, re-roll ones as well.
Then for hindrances, I've got habit for T for 1. I've got a social starlet for 2. Intolerance.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
He can only write so fast, damn it.
Yes, I understand that.
Are you taking your notes
Been
clearly?
there, done that.
You're taking your goats clearly.
Okay.
Intolerance, abusers of women, 3. And hankering at 2 for cigarettes.
Edges, hindrances, points. Now we figure out your pace. So everybody, your pace is equal to your nimbleness die type unless you took an edge like fleet-footed or something like that. Or slowpoke.
I did take fleet-footed.
You took fleet-footed?
Wait, did I? No.
No, you did not.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So whatever your nimbleness die type is, that is your pace.
Oh.
Okay,
And that's how many yards you can move and around.
Nice.
gotcha.
12? I figured.
I got 8.
12.
Size is 7,
Size is 6.
6.
Unless you have brawny or big enough or something like that.
And wind.
Is your spirit and your vigor die types added together.
Spirit and vigor.
Bigger.
Yep. Take those 2 die types, add them together. And then if you took tough as nails, which I believe you did, Rob.
Yes, I did.
So what was it for every, let me check. I think it's for every level you have in tough as nails.
1 tough and nails.
You have 1?
Yeah.
So plus 2 to your wind.
16 wins.
What did you take? Didn't you take something, Anastasia?
You took sand.
I took sand.
And that's bonuses to your vigor checks. Or stun and recovery checks.
Okay.
So, okay.
Grit is nothing right now. Right?
Grit is nothing because you guys are just starting out, so we're starting from scratch with these characters.
Starting out itchy.
Yep. All right, and I do believe that's it, except for Mr. Huckster.
Hello.
So I do not have the Hucksters and Hexes book with me.
I didn't bring it with me either.
Okay,
Hold on.
you have yours. Awesome.
Yeah.
Down there.
All right.
I got one too at home. So
So there is something different that we forgot to probably put into your character. You will have to take some of your points and put them in hex slinging. Okay, Rob, on that back side of your character sheet, somewhere up at the top,
Okay.
I would recommend writing hex slinging. And then put what points you want into it.
I
I
remember.
don't have any points though.
You have to take them from some of your skills.
And then that's how many dice you're going to use to cast your spell.
And I will tell you that if you take 3 or lower of hex slinging, you'll get backlash on a red or a black joker. If you put it at 4 or 5, you only take backlash from a black joker.
All right. Well, let me do some adding up here.
Yeah. So let me know when you're ready with that.
And then, like, each spell is off of different aptitude. So, like, something that's off your strength, you'll have to use that die type, but it'll be at whatever your level is of dice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
So if you were casting a spell that's based on your spirit, what is your spirit?
My spirit is 3d8.
Okay. If you had a hex slinging of 4, it would be 4d8
Okay.
because your hex slinging is 4.
But
So I would recommend you have hucksters and hexes, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Go through and you get to pick 4 spells because your hex slinging is 4.
I got it.
Okay, so everybody's character is done. That's great.
Well, actually, go ahead and keep it out because if we play a little bit, I want to.
I'm not going to have you. It's just role playing.
I know.
You're not going to be casting hexes.
Damn.
So,
You tried.
yeah, there's no point because like,
Fine. I didn't want to be a huckster anyway.
oh, real quick though,
well, you didn't know
you
you were
give me the stats on a pistol.
a pistol. Yes.
Yeah, we need weapons because.
Right. So, right.
Right. Firearms.
Okay.
I want to use a slingshot.
So the pistols and stuff are pretty much the same as Deadlands. So 45 is still 3d6. just like a peacemaker.
It's a
A regular
1911 though, isn't it? Or a 1911.
It could be.
style.
Police revolver. What's that?
Police revolver would be a 38 or
Yeah.
36.
So
or,
3d6.
or 45. I mean,
Or Derringer the same thing then, or
Derringers are 3d6.
Rate of fire on ours.
Rate of fire is 1 on pretty much all of them.
Range 20 or 10.
10. The Derringer is 5. Any rifles that you want are 20.
rate of fire on a police revolver is how much?
1.
1. Range? You're sorry.
5. Don't 10. 10. Sorry.
And damage you said was
3d6. Automatics. Generally, 1911 Colts are common, but there were other automatics. You also, I mean, if you really wanted to, they had like the German guns. Like if you took one off a German soldier,
all right.
like the what the hell are they called? The Mausers
or
Yeah.
Luger.
or Luger, something like that. There's Tommy guns are pretty much the submachine guns of choice, especially in Vegas. Other than that, that's it. Rifles.
What kind of rifle would a beat cop carry? Because it would not, he wouldn't carry it per se, but he would have it. for
Probably a
whenever they
Winchester,
needed it.
lever action Winchester.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you could have a bolt action gun too, but most cops aren't going to carry those. They didn't have SWAT teams back then, so they usually just carried a nightstick and a
and a pistol.
pistol,
Yeah, pistol,
or revolver,
yeah.
And a shotgun, maybe.
maybe a shotgun, and probably not,
shotgun.
and not a sawed-off. Probably
No.
just a
It
shotgun.
would be a full-length shotgun.
But if you wanted a rifle, a lever action rifle would probably be the way to go because they're reliable. All right. How about clothes on your back, general equipment? That's fine.
The nightstick.
Nightstick.
Yeah.
It's a small club,
Right.
so 1d strength plus 1d4. Okay, so for those of you, you get like I think it was $250 to buy general stuff. Anastasia, yours is like $100 what you get to buy. So essentially, the clothes on your back, stuff like that, is fine. Your apartment, if you want an apartment, is fine. If you want anything larger than an apartment, like a house, probably not going to get it. Anastasia, you probably have like an efficiency apartment.
We could be roommates.
Yeah,
True.
good. So that leads me to the next thing. Let's talk about our characters.
Yeah.
How do you know each other? How'd you meet? Have you met?
You're my sister. No. Or my brother.
It's a dude.
Brother, my brother.
Yeah.
It's a
My brother.
brother from another mother.
We've got switched.
Yeah. So, do you guys know each other? How do you know each other?
Actually, well, what if we did something like, we both work at the same precinct? Mm-hmm. And we just
She
happen to-
doesn't work at a precinct because she's FBI.
Right.
Oh,
She might be in there a lot, but
Yeah.
she doesn't work at the precinct. She has
Yeah,
her
if
own-
there's tough cases to crack, I'm usually the one that's coming in, especially if it's in the jurisdiction.
Yeah. So now it doesn't mean you haven't seen her around or seen him around the precinct.
could be the fact that he noticed that maybe you were struggling and just said, "Hey, I got maybe a larger apartment that has 2-bedroom apartment or something. And if you want to help me split the cost, then we can." Then we can. I was looking that way.
No, it actually was pasture cheek.
So yeah, if you want to do that, like you guys bumped into each other at the precinct, maybe worked on a case, looking for somebody,
On the case, yeah.
and then he gave the profile, and you were like, "Oh, okay," and then you end up collaring the guy, and we're like, "You were dead on."
Maybe that could be the guy that I got the enemy from.
Could be. If you want to. So you guys decided to kind of buddy up, get an apartment together, just to share costs.
Bachelor pad.
Yeah, basically. Okay.
Unseparated berths, as Brindle knew.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yep. I'm Danny DeVito, though.
Hey, well, my parents were messing around.
Yeah. So let's see. Las Vegas really isn't as big as it is now.
Right.
So I mean, it's not a small city. It's not like Galesburg, but it is a pretty good sized city. But it's not a huge metropolis. So
Well, I mean, did they have a Chinatown? I guess back then.
yeah, they did.
I think another thing between you and I is you being FBI, maybe you know that I'm using magic. Mm-hmm. That's why another reason why we decided to stick together,
Yeah.
because maybe I help you with some.
What is your psychology at
3.
3D?
Knowledge is 3D12.
So your psychology is at a 3. So that's 3d12 as well. What is your cognition?
Cognition.
Very top.
4d8.
Okay. And you had keen.
Yes.
After about 2 times talking to this guy, you probably, we're not going to make rolls, but you're basically like, there's something odd about him. Because you are a profiler and you have a high psychology and very noticeable of things, probably notice you've encountered hucksters before, and it's like, this guy might be a huckster. Just the way he acts, the way he moves, the way he does his hands, like, because you once you're a huckster, you're automatically like inclined to do that, even if you don't have sleight of hand. You tend to keep your hands covered or below the table or one hand down. So it's kind of like he's got tells. So, yeah.
I do have sleight of hand. So
Okay. So, okay. How about you guys? How do you connect to any of these people?
Well, my uncle is,
Huck.
well,
Hoyle.
if not the commissioner, like the step down below,
Like the
the
deputy
police
commissioner?
commissioner. I mean, he's up there in the rarefied air of the police department. And I
Is that a great idea?
actually live with him in his house. But because I'm down there at the morgue, I've probably interacted with these guys on cases that have come
Okay,
in.
that makes sense. Now, do you want, below the commissioner, do you want chief of police? Or a captain? Or
He's a captain. He's a captain. Captain of the police.
Okay.
Not-
Okay. And how about you?
Well, I mean, he's part of the police force, so I imagine we're all kind of working.
There's like, the way I see 1930s Las Vegas is there's probably like 4, 5 precincts. So, I mean, it's not a big police force. So, yeah, it's kind of,
Yeah.
you can bump into each other pretty easily, but you could be in different precincts working together, or you could be all in the same precinct. That's fine with me too. So, depending
I
on,
mean, I don't mind having the same precinct.
Yeah, that's fine with me too.
so you guys are probably in the precinct that handles like Chinatown and something.
I had a great idea. So remember, I was struggling with the last name.
That's
trying
a
to figure it
horrible
out?
idea.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What if the lineage? What if my last name was actually Hoyle? And the lineage was no?
No.
Because the reason I say that is because I am actually related to Hoyles in real life.
Yeah.
But
Not going to work in this game.
not in this game? Okay,
Nope.
fine.
Because otherwise you're going to be demon possessed.
Oh, that's not
That's
good.
not going to work.
No.
But if you want to link yourself to
Throw holy water.
something else from the past, that's fine.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Sorry, just
No, it's all right.
Will's too important
Just a
of a
thought.
character to have any descendants of him. So
He doesn't have any descendants?
no,
Wow.
after he discovered what was going on, what happened to him, he didn't have relations with anybody after that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
put it that
Interesting. I didn't know the history. So.
But yeah, I figure it's the same kind of thing. So
Okay.
stuff.
And because of his renown as being the Chinese detective. To give you some background, there are some things in Las Vegas that you guys have been kind of keeping track of as the police department. The mafia is ever present. There's
Not in Las Vegas.
no, not at all. Bugsy Malone is out of town right now, but he's a big part of it. You've got tons of different bosses. There is one mobster that seems to have been suspiciously quiet lately. He's kind of a crafty, powerful mobster, but he's been like not showing up lately, but they know he's doing stuff, but they can't. It's like usually it's like, oh yeah, gun running or prostitution or whatever, and it's like really quiet from his neck of the woods for the last couple months. So it's that suspicious. Surely he's not going legit. His name is Julius Antonini. You also know that there's a couple Chinese tongs that are operating in Chinatown. Been pretty quiet, but there's one lately that's been kind of making a little bit of noise. It's known as the Order of the Resplendent Dragon. Yeah, I'll let you first roll of the evening. Roll your streetwise.
Oh, good. I do have that. So. which is only a D6, but that's okay. I got it.
Let me know what you get.
I got a 4.
You got a 4? Maybe. It's kind of, all the tongs have creative names, but it's like,
Yeah. You seen one tong, you see him in tall.
yeah.
It's like the beach. You look everywhere, tongs everywhere. Like I try to look at all of them, but nah.
Nah.
You maybe kind of rings a bell, but
Some
not.
tongs very nice.
Not
Some other tongs.
massively.
Oh, it should not be out there.
And you also have heard rumors that there is another faction moving in. Nothing to do with the tongs, but there's another faction from the south that is maybe. Some police informants have warned that there's.
They're the grippers?
Huh?
Grippers instead of tongs?
Sorry. Click them twice
ting, ting.
before they attack.
Yes.
Down from Louisiana, and it's kind of
Just
like
about a mile from Texarkana.
gang. Huh?
About a mile from Texarkana, and that old cotton fields back home.
Nope.
Okay.
Somewhere in Louisiana, maybe New Orleans. You've also heard of some other things that have been happening. Recently, there was an accident involving a cop, and it's kind of the talk of the precinct. This happened like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Apparently, some officer, I cannot remember his name off the top of my head, but he was involved in a car chase, and the car took a corner too fast and crashed into a brick wall. And the guy actually survived and got out of his car, and then this officer pulled up in his car, emptied his revolver into the guy except for one bullet, and then turned the gun on himself.
Oh, I remember that.
And everybody who knows this cop is like, it's kind of odd. I mean, I know he had some problems with his wife, not treating her well, but what the hell was that about? So the police looked into it, and we're kind of like, well, we don't know what the hell's going on. And there's a cop named, I can't remember his name, Ernie Richards. He's a black cop. And he told some of the officers that he looked into it, and it looked like it was involved in like some government thing, so he kind of let it drop. Yeah. So he just said, nope, I'm done. Actually, you with the CBI, you heard about something, but it wasn't the Confederates. It was possibly the North, but there was a rumor that they were doing some sort of experiments on subjects to do with mental aptitudes in the warehouse district in Vegas, but it all burned to the ground or something. Whatever happened, it disappeared. But it wasn't your government that did anything, so that you guys are all like, good.
Yeah.
But you did hear about something like that. And it seems like it coincided with about the time these cops are talking about this incident. But no cops were really actually involved except in the accident with the cop and then the aftermath.
Right.
So, and Ernie Richards is pretty much, I don't know what happened. A good example. How are you guys going to go about finding information about this? Who are you going to talk to?
I'm gonna punch someone in the ding dong.
Hey, that's no good. Why you would punch me first? I don't know nothing.
You find out. Whack.
Oh, okay. Now you got cream of some of your guy on your fist.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, basically you look into that and you find out, yeah, the guy has a wife. He didn't treat her very well. She was kind of upset that he was gone, kind of not. You do find her address. You could talk to her if you wanted to.
Probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
So, okay. Do you guys go there first? Or
Yes.
you also find out that he didn't have a partner, but there were pedestrians who saw the incident, stuff like that. Nobody thinks to question him.
I mean, is this something the department just covers up, or just kind of like?
It's more like they're just like, well, that's a shame. And it's like, hey, one of our own took his own life. What was that about? They look into his past and are like, oh, well, he was kind of maybe unstable. And then like the next day, they're like, one of the cops says, well, we found out it had something to do with some military facility where they're experimenting on people, like their mind, but it's closed up shop and gone. And I think the building.
Oh,
burned
okay.
down.
Well, in that case,
So
it'd be
they're
like,
basically like,
you said what?
yeah. So the cops, the higher ups, the brass, are like, well, okay. Sounds like it's dealt with. We're not taking on the government. That's good. We got our own crimes on our back.
Yeah, but it sounds like he taking care. Hopefully I don't get banned for this, but I sound like he want to take out the and making the cops, brainwash to shoot, unalive people. That's bad. They're gonna do that to me.
Well, it might have also been that he just was a terrible person and decided to off himself.
Well, I don't know. Okay, but if the government's involved, hey, where's that guy you hang out in your apartment? Where's he at?
Right there.
Oh, okay. Hey, you with the government, right?
Yeah, I'm with the government.
Okay.
Somebody
I'm gonna double check and make sure I wasn't hiding them for some reason.
Yeah.
the way it's sounding and sounding
outta
from
here,
the
Chen.
streets and everything,
Yeah.
and the way he mistreated his wife and everything, he was under a lot of pressure, and I think he dug himself way too deep. And I really do think what he's done was the only way he could have gotten out.
Okay. So they're not related to the facility. Did you look at the
It-
bodies from there that were
I
all
didn't
burned up?
I don't know.
Nope. They never got brought to you.
Nope.
Isn't that weird?
Didn't come across my table.
Isn't that odd though?
Well, if the government's involved,
Okay.
How are we just hanging out? We're just all hanging out together, right? I mean,
Yeah, I figure. Let's establish that.
yeah.
You guys hang out at a bar like after work.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you
It's
are.
the 30s. so-
O'Leary's.
That's
Hilarious.
O'Leary's.
that's probably where you're
Yeah.
hanging out talking.
No, you're hanging out at what's the other character's name? O'Malley's or whatever it was.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, we are hanging out with her, and you have to have
Out
a
of print
little
has
bit
returned.
of Southern
Hello.
hospitality.
Yes.
So, hello, Miss Mallory.
Well, hello there.
Bless your heart. How has your day been?
A bit bloody.
It sounded like
As
it.
I think he likes her.
She looks like a dude.
Which one?
You.
I am a dude.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Would you make some noodles or something?
Did you say
What do you
horse?
think this is?
What?
Did you say horse brutally?
Horse brutally. Okay. All right. So how do we actually just start hanging out together? I guess that'd be
Going to the
other
bar.
question.
This is a cop bar.
I mean, but is that out of your style though, or is that just like
Not really. I mean, my uncle was one of the captains.
okay?
Yeah. Let's make this one of the cop bars in
You
town.
two probably started being roommates, and you go here after work.
No.
Right. And other people just started
Oh, that's
coming with
cool.
us.
Yeah.
It started to
Because
naturally.
this is probably a cop
What's that?
bar.
This copper in there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's what I figured.
Oh, it's got the tinfoil stuff.
Yeah, it looks like it's lit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So basically, this is a police bar. So
Yeah.
most officers and lawyers and stuff hang out here anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys
when,
probably
when I'm
spend-
not down at the club doing a little clubbing,
Yes, you're at this club.
I'm here at the local
It's poor
Chop
baby
shop
seals.
bar.
Chop shop bar.
Huh?
Poor
Poor
baby.
baby seals.
Oh, not that club.
Oh, not that kind of clubbing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like Groucho Marx. I got a good mind to join the club and beat you over the head with it.
Yeah. Chris Winger just joined us.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Chris. Thank you.
Chris Winter.
All right. Okay. So we gonna let this go, or you want to look into it? I mean, it looks like somebody's trying to push it on us.
And he's deeply involved in whatever it is.
Not sure if it's so much pushing on us, but it does seem pretty odd. I mean,
So what does your government say? It's probably the North.
Well, I'm from the South.
No. What? Holy moly! When did this happen?
I have
now.
a Southern accent.
I know you do. What do you think I am? Yes, I know you're from South.
Yes.
It's the opposite of North.
God's sakes, I'm hillbilly Stoke.
Yeah, that I know too. I'm
get
just
up and go get a
saying.
drink.
Obviously, it's not.
Sheesh.
It's not. It's not you. It's the Northern, right?
Yeah, Northern's involved in this
Yeah.
one. Now, a lot of people in my other circle we're pretty okay about this, but like everybody else, and being as we're trying to get along now, and we're sort of in a neutral territory,
Neutral.
I would say we need to look into this because, not only this will involve them, but at one point involve us too. So it wouldn't hurt to take a look.
Well, if it's going to be anything that affects any of the other police officers, yeah, we need to look into
we
that.
got to take a look.
Okay.
My favorite Groucho quote: "From the moment I picked up the book until I put it down,
Oops.
I was convulsing with laughter one day. I may read it." Yeah, I mean it's worth looking into to keep anything. I mean, you're a profiler. Do you think that guy that done himself in did it for the fact that he was just a piece of crap human, or?
There's a lot more into this.
I would say probably if he's.
I tell you
having a
what,
good time beating
right?
His wife to death, then-
Hey, I tell you what.
Well, like I said, he was under a lot of pressure. And a lot of things you get into if you live a double life, you do a lot of things that are bad to try to keep it shut.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah. So see, he was under mind control of this government group, and then he go and he got him. See, make his mind. Says you go erase witnesses, and then you waste yourself. See, that's what happened. He's part of that. That's what happened.
And as much as a possibility as anything, really.
Even if you go to that double life where he's a gamer on a live stream too. That
Oh,
could
that'd
be
be
true.
horrible.
Yeah, it would be.
God, those people are horrid.
Yeah,
Horrid.
very bad people. Smell
Yeah, they-
bad.
There's one of the old continental conspiracies that when you send the assassin to get rid of the witnesses, and then an assassin to get rid of the assassin.
Well, that's
Okay.
tale as
See,
old as
that's
time, I
confusing.
think.
That's
See? But that's true, you see? Uh-huh.
Well, maybe we should go take a look at it sometime.
Okay. All right, what are we going to do? Let's go.
I'm not on duty at the moment.
Well, neither am I. Hey, you're a cop. You're always 24/7.
Yeah, Dad used to say that too.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know where any of this government other stuff was.
Well, how hard would that be to go look at
We
the...
don't have the bodies.
You could probably find a listing in the police files of where it would happen at.
wasn't the body removed and being examined?
No,
There
they
wasn't
took it.
any
They
bodies.
took all of them.
Took it all of it.
Yeah. There's no bodies.
Zombie Jesus, yeah, those streamers such bad people.
Yeah,
Now
horrible.
they're-
Horrible.
now
Stink
they're hiding
bad.
the bodies. I saying something stinks.
We could go talk to the widow and give our condolences or
We
congratulations.
got to find out where she
Turning
lives, don't we?
Mexican.
You got a name on the victim, or the cop
Well,
that
the wife.
did the.
Well, yeah, we'd know who the cop was.
You would. I just don't have it with me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I could check
John
out
Doe.
the YouTube playlist and see the old episode. But I'm not going to do
it's been a long time since we've done that. Well, you know, John Doe and Mrs. Doe, Dosey Doe, and the Dodiodo Doe.
Adiododo.
That was the twins.
That was weird.
Yeah.
So let's, well, if we head back to the precinct, we could probably get this information and go check it out.
Okay.
Okay.
that. Head back to the precinct.
Yep.
It's probably like 6 o'clock at night anyway, after you guys' shift, maybe even 5. So you guys can get back to the precinct. Another question. Who has a vehicle?
Ooh.
Would anybody have a vehicle?
I sure as heck don't.
A beat cop, it probably wouldn't, if he had a vehicle, it'd be a cop car. I mean, it
I
wouldn't
mean, I
be-
probably have one when I'm on duty, but that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody has a car themselves.
I got an apartment. That's about it.
Okay.
got a bicycle.
Okay.
Ching ching.
You're a beat cop. You're used to walking.
Yep.
You can always take a cab, too.
Well, I mean, how much would a car be?
Well, if you have a car, if you want to have a car, I'll give it to you, but it's not
Nothing fancy.
nothing fancy.
Yeah. Okay, I'll own the vehicle then.
Okay.
So I have a what? A
Probably, how I'd say, probably a
what was commonplace in Las Vegas at that time period?
19-
Zombie, quick! What was commonplace?
1930s Ford sedan, or probably a panel truck, unless you want like a sedan with 4 doors.
It'd probably be a sedan, just so it's something comfortable.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
panel truck would be more like a
Because it's 1936, so if you think 6-year-old car, that's probably what you got.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, 4-door sedan
Okay.
of some type.
Probably a Ford Model A.
Ha!
He
Cool.
might have. He's got a driving one. Could that be considered a motorcycle or not?
If you want to have a motorcycle, you could. Yeah. I'd let you have something small like that.
Well, you ride with me. Just leave your motorcycle here.
Okay.
We can put your motorcycle in the trunk.
Not those big bulky.
No, not the.
So, okay. Well, you head back to the precinct, walk in. The evening desk sergeant.
He's got a moped.
Evening, Joe.
Desk sergeant kind of looks up, sees you guys. Did you forget something?
Yeah, left my billy club in the.
Locker.
Yes, I left my billy club in the. God dang it! I can't say it for some reason.
The locker.
Not the locker, no, in the
How many,
changing room, the
how many beers you have
locker
in the bar
room?
before we
locker
go?
room. Thank you. I left my billy club in the locker room. I'm coming back to get it.
Yeah, Zombie Jesus in 1936 Auburn
852
852 is what Reginald Braxton has.
Yeah, that's the roadster that he drives.
Buick Roadmaster. There we go.
The desk sergeant is basically like, kind of like glances up at you, forgets something, looks back at his paperwork, and then when you say that, he's like, takes all 4 of you.
It's a big billy club.
Well, you do see Ernie Richards, the black cop,
Oh yeah,
who was one of the responders at the accident.
I'll talk to him then.
He's walking probably back toward the locker room.
I'll catch up to him. Hey Ernie, hang on a minute.
What's up?
Got a question for you.
Sure.
That call you went on over there at so and so with the so and so and so and so.
Are you talking about the accident?
Yeah.
I have to follow.
Well, it wasn't a call. I just happened to be in the area, but I didn't
Hey.
follow up on it.
What's your badge?
What'd you
Okay.
What'd you find out on that?
Here's my.
Not much. Nobody really ever did explain it.
Did you notice anything strange while you were there?
Besides him unloading his piece and then turning it on himself.
Or did you see that happen?
Pulled up just as he was dropping. Yeah,
Oh wow,
it was pretty
Man.
weird.
that does sound crazy.
I don't know what's going on with it.
Did you notice anything out of whack around? I mean, besides that's obviously strange, but I mean, did you
That's
see
obvious.
anything else that was maybe a little bit?
Not about the scene.
No.
I think the guy he was chasing was had some research paper. He's a doctor of some kind.
Did they get those papers?
Yeah, I think they're in evidence down there.
Okay.
But he was just patient profiles and stuff like that.
Interesting.
I do think some government agents came in and looked at the files.
It didn't take them with them.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I know it ended up involved some sort of military thing or government thing. I don't know. Why are you asking?
Just curious. Had some folks asking around, and I didn't know anything about it, so I just wanted to get some
Really,
information.
folks asking around, huh?
Yeah, it's just on the street, as I'm doing my patrols.
Oh,
I just don't know what to tell them, Nobody really briefed any of the rest of us on it, so
oh,
I just wanted to, whatever information I might have known or you might have known, or I could probably pass it on or just leave it be, you know what I mean?
yeah.
It just seemed interesting to me. I mean, the guy was a bad dude anyway, but why would he go nuts and plug everybody and then himself?
Yeah,
He finally
just that one fella. That
Yeah.
was what's weird about it.
Wonder if he just snapped. I mean, you heard about what he did, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Phew.
could have happened, I suppose. So these people are asking about anybody unusual asking you about questions?
No, just talk on the street.
Neighborhood folks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody of any importance. I would know if I'm looking at him that there might
Right.
be something of interest, but
Well, somebody will stick out. If
I think it was people that were just around there when it happened and just
right.
rubbernecking.
Yeah.
You know?
Get a lot of that.
But it just made me curious because I didn't know all the detail either. So
Well, you look into it. I guess if you find anything out, let me know. But I don't know what you're
I don't think I
find.
need to.
It's going to be swept under the rug one way or the other.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Henry.
Yeah, sure. Ernie.
Or thanks, Bob.
Sure thing, Jerry.
Come on down to the bar sometime. We're going to be hanging out and drinking, I think, again later tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll maybe I'll stop in.
All right.
I've been down there for a while.
And we'll tell him. And we'll tell him to look for you, Larry.
Okay.
Thanks, Samantha. Shake his hand.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
Overdone.
I shake his hand and go back to
Over.
Roger. I'll shake his hand and head back over to him.
Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, you head over to him. You guys, where were you going?
Files.
Yep, with the files.
What's your character name, Mike?
Chin?
Chin.
You know, Chen, this file is more still than my Aunt Merlene's buttermilk biscuits.
Okay.
What's your character's name, Anna?
Oscar Roach.
Now I know why I'm a roommate with him.
What's that mean?
This thing, there's some holes left out of it. It's just cut and dry.
So your aunt's biscuits had holes in them?
Oh,
What's your character name, Dennis? Sorry.
Mallory,
Mallory.
Kensington.
I don't need the last. I just need the
Well, it's
first.
a nice place to stay.
Mallory.
it's just
Nice
it's
place.
just it's just cut and dry. I mean, there's nothing there. There's no real forensic report or anything. Just, not saying what the witness is. It's just a in and out report. There's no real flavor to this or
In and
anything I can
out
just-
and in and out.
Yeah.
just
Okay.
nothing.
Okay. You want to see how we fill that out, right? Okay. See, here's form, right? Yeah. Okay. See, here. I take out $1. It's okay. You give me $1, right? Okay. What do you say? Oh, here we go. Okay. Blank. Then I filled out this blank. Nothing. Okay. Thanks for the $1. I pay you back, right? Okay.
Chen, you're just a strange man.
Oh yeah.
No, I think I get what he's saying. What he's saying, though, is that
Oh hey, welcome back.
people are paying off for.
Yeah, I mean, I should have paid off. Nothing to see here. Be on your way.
Well,
We just
I just
scrub
had
the
a-
report. Nice little bit of soapy.
One file you do find is the file on the cop and his wife and their address and all that. You can find that in the personnel files.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do find that. But as far as this warehouse district thing, yeah, there's nothing on that.
I'll go up,
They're hiding.
I'll walk up
something.
to him and say, yeah, I think they are hiding something because I just had a conversation with Ernie.
Ah, he's a good dude.
And, well, yeah, but he was questioning
Dude,
me.
that's a good word.
Yeah, he was questioning me about why I'm questioning him.
Oh, it's not good.
No,
No.
something's up.
Yeah. You look shifty.
No, we're talking about situation, not him.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right.
I asked him. I told him
Hey, you want cookie?
that I was. People were asking questions. Just some around on the street randos. And
Not to be rude.
shut up, would you? God, trying to talk here.
Why? It's rude. I'm
Cast a
hungry.
spell.
Strike blind!
Strike blind. No,
Where'd my cookie?
Wrong
Where'd my
nationality.
cookie go? Oh, where'd my cookie? Oh,
but it seemed odd that he was so concerned about who was talking about it on the street.
Well, he could just be cop, just wondering.
No,
Maybe
there
he's
was-
looking for an angle,
Well, yeah, he's looking for an angle. That's the problem.
Yeah, maybe a good angle.
He knows something.
Yeah.
But he ain't telling me.
Okay. So now what? We go down there and look at this place? Here's the address.
Yeah, probably should.
The wife's house.
We got White's house or the location of
For
the
the
burn.
Chinese buffet.
No.
That location is not in there. That's the file you couldn't find.
Oh, okay.
It was burnt in the warehouse district. The best you could do is drive down to the warehouse district and look
Look
for
for
something that burned
burnt out. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Let's
But
go to
you
the
do
wife's.
have his wife's house.
Okay.
And as you guys come out of the file room, you see Ernie in
Did somebody gift us some stuff over there?
No.
Is that from before?
That's from all from
earlier.
before.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's all stuff from you.
So you do see Ernie coming out kind of in his civilian clothes. And he comes out of the door kind of down the hall, across the hall from where you just encountered him as you guys come out. He kind of looks over at you and he nods.
I wave.
Kind of,
Be there in a minute.
you notice he pauses and kind of looks at you guys.
Yeah.
Not suspiciously, just like that. Hey. Okay. And you're like, be there in a minute. And he's like, the bar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're just gathering up the stuff here and heading down. So
Oh, okay.
A little too much whiskey on my part.
So he goes down to the elevator and goes down. Where are you guys going? You
we're gonna go get in the car and go.
Yeah.
No, we're going to
Okay. All right.
We get into the wife's house.
Okay. So yeah, you guys get downstairs, go into the garage, get your car, drive over to the wife's house. It's
Ernie
in
blows it up.
a nice little neighborhood. Probably takes about 15 minutes to get there.
Okay.
So as you pull into this residential area, you see the place with you had a white picket fence and kind of a sidewalk up to the yard, kind of a ranch style house. Porch lights on. It looks like light on inside. So you pull up out front.
You get out
Of the car.
Okay.
Okay. Walk up to the house. Okay. You're going in through the windows.
No, I'll walk up to the house. Knock on the door.
After a moment, your footsteps and then the door opens, and you see a woman, kind of mousy looking, light brown.
Oh God, she has large ears and whiskers.
I won't say anything, Dennis. Sorry, I couldn't pass it up. No, she's
Doesn't
got
have
like
large ears.
brown hair that's kind of tied back, kind of not in a bun, but kind of like a loose ponytail kind of thing. She's
Right.
got the 1930s kind of dress on. She looks like she has a dish towel.
On her head.
Yeah, and she opens the door and she's like, "Oh, can I help you?" And she kind of looks at you, and she looks at you.
I have pretty, so
Yeah, but kind of that. You look familiar, you know. She's like,
Yeah.
"Can I help you?"
yeah. Do I have met her before or not, or is it he was?
You may have seen her at like policemen's
Yeah.
balls kind of thing, but that might be where she saw you, or maybe
Okay.
a picture.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So I just
Don't call her an asshole.
No. Look, I said we heard about your husband. Your husband. I'm very sorry to hear. I'm turning
Oh.
Mexican. Sorry.
She's like, "Yes."
Yeah, take off my hat and
And you notice she kind of has the door and it instinctively closes a little bit. And she's like, "My husband."
Well, that's who died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I says.
yes, ma'am. Sorry, the officer that was abusing you.
We were just wondering, darling, how you're doing
We're-
in the aftermath.
And who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm Mallory Kensington. I'm down at the coroner's office, but
oh, okay.
Well,
We're just,
I just
I'm Officer Dennison, detective, and this is
Samuel.
yeah.
So Samuel Johnson, ma'am. Sorry.
Officer.
Officer
yeah.
also.
I'm Mr. Oscar Roach, ma'am, CBI.
Oh,
But
okay. You worked with my husband,
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
or knew
unfortunately.
our
at the police
paths had-
department.
Well, I know
our
her,
paths
but
had crossed, and
Oh.
just the incident came up, and we were just wondering how you were getting along.
Oh, and she's like, actually, like, oh, okay, yes. It's like, well, thank you very much for that.
yeah. Is there anything you need? You need any help or anything? You know, we got off duty, so we'd come
Oh,
by
no,
and
no,
see how
but
you're
if you'd
doing.
like to come in, I'll make you.
Oh,
I have
sure.
coffee.
Oh yeah, coffee. Oh hey, thank you. And I kind of
He just bursts in. I'm like,
Yeah.
please excuse him, ma'am. He's
he lets her take her in, but it's kind of
Yeah, she steps out.
Yeah.
No, come
I
in.
says,
come
oh,
in.
thank you so much. You're so kind. You're so nice.
You
Of you.
guys
It's such
step
a
in the
lovely
room,
house.
and you're like, it smells interesting in here. Does anybody have a cult? Did anybody take a cult?
Oh, I probably should have with I didn't even see a cult on the.
It would
It'd be
under
academia. You'd have to make it. It'd actually make the skill cult.
Oh, yeah, I don't have it.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Nobody has a cult?
Nope.
No.
Okay. You come in, you're like, there's this, the air is kind of like wisp of smoke.
Can I go ahead and take a cult and adjust some points to do
Yeah.
that? Because me being a huckster, surely
It makes sense, because otherwise you're not going to learn any more skills until you get a cult. So if you want
I
to
mean, if it's
make a
something,
roll.
if it's an incense or something, I might know because of my background. But
That's true. So I will allow you to roll 2.
you can have me as a penalty. But yeah.
Rob, when you get to it, roll your occult, target number of 5. And Mike, I will allow you to roll smarts, target number of 7.
Okay. Ooh,
I'm sorry. What was mine again?
5.
5.
I got 7.
All right. It's like the anime. Like the nostrils are flaring.
I got a
6. Okay. Basically, as you walk in, the air looks kind of wispy with smoke, and it's like, oh, and you guys are like,
marijuana.
That's sage.
Oh, sage.
Are you a native, ma'am?
I would probably know that too. Cause
No.
Are you protecting yourself from something?
She instantly kind of blushes, and she's like,
yeah, that's sage, right?
yes. And she closes the door.
Yeah.
She kind of pauses, and she's like,
Just this cloud. And you're just nope, no problem.
she's like, well, the coffee's in the kitchen.
As I walked into a house, I opened a door and a sundress. A strange place. A door I thought it was to myself.
Sundress. That's a strange place for a door.
Oh, nice.
So basically, she's like, well, come into the kitchen for coffee. And kind of quickly moves in there, kind of avoiding your eyes for a moment.
No, that's okay. I just, you know.
And she,
Like I walk in there with her
when
and
you guys get in the kitchen, she kind of like
knifes us all.
glances at the windows and then says, a little bit, yes. I know it might be silly.
No, anything that you need to protect yourself. I mean, doesn't matter what your belief is, as long as you are feeling comfortable in your own home.
Well, I am.
Now, would I put that towards the shaman thing or not, or not?
No, because I mean, as an enlightened, you would probably do the same thing to cleanse your mind and spirit.
Yeah. Okay.
So it wouldn't be shaman
Okay.
necessary.
That's good. It's just, no, it's good. It clears the mind, the spirit, get you focus on your new life ahead. I think you're doing very good.
Oh, well, thank you.
good, yeah.
I did-
And it smells pretty good too.
Some people I know kind of suggested it to me, and I thought it wasn't a bad idea. So
Oh, it's a good idea. Yeah, good friends.
And what was your name? Darling?
Jane Doe, because I don't.
Jane. Do you mind?
No, go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead. I'm fine.
Oh, good.
And she's, as soon as you say that, she's like, yeah, if you don't mind. And she actually reaches
I probably
into a little bread box and gets a cigarette.
I probably have one. I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, she lights one of her own.
This is the
With
30s.
the lighter that looks like you could club somebody with it, from the 30s,
Yeah.
where it's like the ka-chink.
Is there something else you were afraid of?
Well, him coming back.
Well, he gone. He is gone now. So
Yeah, but sometimes they don't stay gone.
No.
She's like, that's what these acquaintances of mine kind of hinted to.
I'm a beat cop, ma'am. I hear a lot on the street too, and some of it I believe to be true.
Well, it's nice to know I'm not crazy and that they weren't maybe as
Yeah.
crazy as well.
Well,
oh,
mean,
whole world
we,
crazy.
we've seen
But
all
if
kinds
it's
of
your
things.
type.
We've seen all kinds of strange things in this world that we can't understand. So, like I said, again, taking whatever precaution you need to,
Yes.
probably a good idea.
Well, thank you for checking on me, and I appreciate the condolences. But I think things are better for me.
Oh, sorry
Well,
to hear that.
if you don't mind me asking, I don't mean to bring up anything hurtful. The night that this happened, did you notice anything out of the ordinary by chance with your husband or anybody he was associated with?
Just the people who came to visit me.
The people that came to visit you.
Yes,
Who came to visit you, if you don't mind me asking?
they were an odd group. They came in and asked me about my husband, and Officer Richards was with them.
I'll take note of that.
And he vouched for them, and they asked me some questions, and we talked about it. And they,
Do we know Richards?
What were they?
yeah, that's the cop you were talking to.
Oh,
Were they wearing something out of the ordinary? Anything you haven't seen before? Or?
No, but they were just a group that I didn't think I'd ever see these people in the same room together, if that's what you mean. But
Okay.
Oh, sounds like some fine, upright, standing citizens.
Did they know?
Maybe.
Did you know your husband?
huh?
Did they know your husband or something?
No, but they witnessed his death. The accident.
Oh, they witnessed it.
witnessed
Huh?
it.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense. Interesting. So,
And, I
so
knew-
they were there.
I knew Ernie, Officer Richards, so
They did know Officer Ernie.
well, he arrived with them and he vouched for them.
Oh, okay. Okay. I sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh.
Making sure.
Yes, yes. And
Are you? You doing okay?
I'm doing much better now. I'm doing great.
Oh, good,
don't
good.
know.
I kind of
I
get up
haven't
and
seen those people again, but I did get word from Officer Richards that they wished me the best and wanted to check in how I was doing. So yes, a weight has been lifted a lot.
Yeah, weight has been lifted, but you're going to be going through a lot of hurt and that. First you're just going through shock. Do you have any family nearby that maybe you can possibly either have stay with you or
Oh yes, I do have a sister in Carson City.
Yeah.
So I thought about staying. She invited me, but right now I'm kind of coming to terms with. I'm sorry. I'm coming to terms with some freedom.
Well, I know
So I'm planning on visiting my sister for a week or two.
That would
In the next couple
That
days.
would be good, darling.
Yes, everything's taken
ma'am,
care
I
of.
think we're gonna. Anybody have any other questions for this evening?
I think not. I'm very glad, dear, that you're getting along okay.
Yes, I am.
And definitely, yes, go spend some time with your sister. Get away, get some fresh air.
That's the plan. Thank you. But everything's been taken care of by the police department, so I'm fine. Everything's fine here.
Okay, okay.
Everything's been taken care of.
Well, the pension and the house and all that. So it's
What happened to his belongings? Did they get taken away too, or?
I have some of them, but I haven't. I was going to give them to Goodwill, but I do have some. I haven't gotten around to that part yet, but
Okay.
I do still have some.
Would you mind if I looked at a few of those things for you?
Sure, if you're interested.
Just
I think some of the outfits might exactly be your size.
oh, nothing like that. I don't need any clothing.
Well,
Oh, you want us to
saying,
take care of it?
Wink, wink.
Take it away for you?
Check.
No?
That's
No,
the
no.
reason I'm asking.
I want to make sure it goes to the right people that can be helped.
Okay. Yeah.
She's like, it'll help me free myself of that too. If I have somebody else take care of it, I'm avoiding it. If I do it
Oh,
myself.
I see. Yes. Oh, brave
Understand.
Is
woman.
there anything in particular of his you want to see?
Something he handled the night of the situation.
I do have the suit, the jacket that he was wearing before he went to work that evening.
I'd like to look at it if you don't mind, ma'am.
She goes in, hands it to him, or hands it to you, and when she does, she's like watching you.
Yeah, I'm actually just sticking my hands in the pockets and kind of looking like I'm actually examining it. I'm
Right.
not doing anything,
It's a suit jacket.
Okay. What can I do magically?
Do you have?
This depends on the
Hunch?
spells.
Yeah,
Depends
you
on
have
the
to have-
spells you chose.
You have to pick your spells.
Shit. Okay, so nothing I can do right now then.
Not right.
Okay.
Unless you plan on taking Hunch. Which
Hunch would be like the one Bo uses where he touches.
where he
an
touches
object.
something.
I
and
think
he's
I would being a cop. That'd be very helpful.
Yeah.
So
If you want to do that spell, you can.
okay, I will take Hunt.
I would say write that one down now.
So you are going to roll the dice and get some cards out.
What dice?
You are going to do the dice.
What's it?
What dice?
It is cognition. So
Oh, cognition.
you took
okay.
5 in your Hexlian or 4?
Yes, I took 5.
So it's 5d whatever your
12.
So 5d12.
Nice.
Wow.
20.
Okay. So that's you get to draw 5 cards out of a deck, and this will be your huckster deck.
Okay.
5.
And then 3 more because you had 3 raises.
3 more cards.
Yep.
Yep. Because you had 5 and then 10, 15, 20.
Now you need 2 pairs. It could be any pair, but you need 2 pairs for it to succeed.
If you have a red joker, treat it as a wild card.
2 pair.
Do you have anything better than 2 pair?
I have a pair of aces, king high.
But 2 pair.
2 pair, king high.
Okay.
But there are aces, so the better the huckster's hand, the better information. So
Okay.
2 pair, but aces.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of fiddle around when your hand's in one of the pockets. You're like, oh, just cast that spell.
Yep.
Well, he's kind of doing that, and I'm not too sure what he's doing, but I'll use my persuasion just kind of like, hey, can we get you anything? Kind of like help
Distract her
her.
a little bit.
Yeah. She's politely no. She doesn't need help. She doesn't want help. You can kind of tell now that he's gone. She's coming out of her shell more because she used to be meek and manner. Like the husband says, "Get me a beer." Yes, sir. But now she's like, "No, I can do it myself." So she is very polite about it, but eventually gets kind of forceful. No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
You're a guest at my house. Don't worry about it. And you know this. She's becoming a strong, independent woman more than she ever has.
I think it's he does it more like a clairvoyant would do. Close his eyes and kind of be in the moment, but not
Gotcha.
not repurposing it.
Yeah.
So
he comes home, takes off the jacket. Until he's in a bad mood. He had a bad day. His wife.
Why did he have a bad mood, a bad day?
He hasn't had a drink.
Oh, okay.
His boss kind of, you need to get these cases closed. And he's, I know, I'm working on it. And he's like, I could really use a stiff drink. That one cop that just is always typing. I hate that guy. That he's just in a foul mood. But it seems like he's been in a foul mood a lot the past year. And he's like, God, my wife's not even got dinner ready. What, I gotta get to my shift. I'm just gonna go and get something to eat. I don't really want to divorce her because I can control her, that kind of thing.
Oh, geez. Wow.
It's just that kind of an attitude.
Right.
And then you kind of feel him take the jacket and put it off in the closet. But there's something at the very end. It's like a flash. And you sense him behind the wheel of a cop car, driving really fast. And you can hear him in his own head. You hear his voice. Who are you? Why are you making me do this? If I find you, I will kill you. And the guy's like, you're a piece of filth. So just do this and then do yourself. And you deserve it.
Oh.
So, and you just get that, and then it goes blank.
Right. Okay. I'm going to have to make myself stalwart, not to just be like, fuck!
Yeah. Well, you come out of it pretty quick. So
coughing.
That looks like a really nice suit. How do you like it?
It's wonderful. Here you go, ma'am. Thank you. Just looking to see if there was anything there that might give us an idea what happened. Well, folks, I think we're pretty much done for the night. I'm pretty sure the lady here probably wants her house back.
Pretty nice, yeah.
Well, thank you for stopping by. It was very nice to meet you all, and
Wonderful to meet
Take
you.
care, Jane. Take care.
Yes, thank you. And she sees you to the door very politely, and even waves. Good night, everybody.
Good night. I get out and get in the car,
Okay.
and I get behind the steering wheel, and I just stop for a second, and I take a deep breath.
Buddy,
There was nothing in her fridge at all.
Well,
She's going to starve to death.
We need
Chen,
to get back to the bar and talk with
Chen,
Ernie.
Guys,
Well, hold on.
did you notice when he was in a daze near the last part of there was a lot of tension in his face?
No, I botched my roll.
He was doing that, he was doing that hocusy pocusy thing.
They don't know about that.
Oh, that's right. But
What?
It's just, well, never mind, but
Strike that from the record.
yeah.
Pocusy pocusy thing.
But it's just, he just looked at that suit coat.
All right. I'm just going to come clean because I am that kind of person.
Oh, you wanted to steal the coat? It's terrible business.
No, shut up.
Shut up.
Hey, wait. If it's something personal, you don't have to tell me, man. It's
Well,
okay.
We're all going to be doing some work on this together because I just found some information that was very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, how I found that information is an old family trick of mine.
Okay.
And I emphasize on the word trick.
I got a trick or two.
Well, nonetheless, when I touched part of that coat, I had a vision.
Oh, okay.
And it was a vision of what happened to that guy. He was under control of something. There was two
Not
people.
really Indian, so I'm okay, right?
Right.
There were two people in his head telling him, one voice telling him what to do, and he was arguing with it.
So it's crazy.
No, not crazy.
Like a
He
whole
was-
nother voice. Another
he
person.
was fighting with a voice in his head.
It's like more than one personality's in there.
And it was controlling him.
Yeah.
He was driving in a squad car.
Oh, okay.
Really
so,
fast.
Hey, government facility, right? Huh? Burned down. Doing work on people, right? Huh? People were gonna work on what was it said in the file? Something about profiling people.
Mental aptitude.
Mental aptitude, huh?
We need to go look at this burnt down place, I think, and see what's going on. Now more than ever. You're on your motorcycle.
I
I'm
want
in
to
the car
go.
with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I say you were shaking.
You're in a motorcycle inside the car, right?
No,
I
no,
want to
no,
get
no.
back to the bar and talk with Ernie and find out who these other people were that went with him to talk to her the first time.
We're right here, though, right now. We're not far from the...
What's
we're not
closer?
far from the...
You're actually closer to the bar than you are the
Oh, so I thought
warehouse
we were...
district. This is 15 minutes from the precinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to the
District's
bar
like
then. We can
45 minutes.
We can go,
He's waiting on us.
we can go look at that house some other time.
Now,
Place.
anything we say just now, it stays with us. Period.
Is that
Okay.
everybody an understanding of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't talk about what I do.
Because there's not
What
very
happens
people.
in Vegas stays in Vegas. So you guys head back to the bar?
Yep.
Okay.
Eat day to ourselves. That's right.
We could do this one last little scene, then we'll call it a night. You guys walk in, and sure enough, over the table is Ernie Richards. And he looks up, and he just kind of like looks at you guys, and just kind of nods, like, been waiting. You know, he doesn't say it, but he just kind of waves at you like, yes, I'm
I'll
here.
go get him like a beer and meat.
Yeah, Seamus around.
Oh, he's
the
already got a
table.
beer, so.
Give him another one.
Yeah, if you go up there, and it looks like you're, hey, get that guy beer, he's like, no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Get that guy a coffee.
Yep.
It is a cop bar.
Yeah. Donuts, too.
Okay. Donut then.
No, so you guys go over to the table. He's like, well, I thought you guys get lost or what?
Yeah.
Little detour.
Okay.
Had to go check on a few things before we got over here.
All right.
How you doing, Ernie?
I'm fine. What is up?
Chen here made a noodle so good that we peed our pants.
You want some?
No, thanks.
I got one noodle left.
If I have another beer, I'll pee my pants anyway.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right.
I'm good.
We went to go just check in on the widow. The cop that off the guy in the car and himself.
Oh,
Yeah, we just to see how she was doing.
He kind of.
And
Oh,
everything,
did
whatever.
you? I didn't realize you were acquainted with her.
Hey,
Well,
Mark.
we hadn't been. but we
Mark,
just thought
Cuban official one.
Mark Cuban official one.
to be,
Mark Cuban's talking to us.
Thank you.
you know, she's member of the police family. You know, just seeing how she's doing, and make sure she's okay.
Yeah, we heard about what happened. I'm like,
But
I mean,
she said you'd gone there to talk with her previously with these some other guys.
Yes.
Who were these other guys you went to talk with them with?
yeah.
Why do you need to know?
Curious.
Friends of mine, and I don't
Oh, cool.
really think they probably want to have their dealings looked into, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, well,
Look,
I was just
Do
thinking
the
we were
dealings
trying to
that they're
work
dealing with have to do
parallel
with,
purposes there.
oh, I don't know, supernatural occurrences?
Ernie, we're not
what
ruffling
makes you
your
think that?
we're not ruffling your feathers.
Yeah, we're not trying to get you in trouble or
I'm
nothing.
not
but-
ruffling my feathers. Okay, let me put it straight. There's some people out there that I've met. They do know a little bit about weird situations. They helped me on a case. And we've helped each other on another couple of cases. Off the books. If anybody found out I'm working with these people, I don't want to get it up to the brass and I lose my job.
Oh,
Oh, I can hear
They're
you
not
on that.
qualified.
I can hear you on that.
They're not qualified police officers. They're not sanctioned police officers, and they're definitely not deputized by anybody in our anybody in the law enforcement here.
Hey, we're all on duty right now, so you know.
and I'm from the CBI. Like we do things ethically from time to time. Come on.
Right, but I know you've all been here long enough. He's like, this is a cop bar. We don't talk cop shop enough in here. How many of you realize you could trust your partners? How many of you feel like you could trust anybody in the precinct to tell them anything you need, and they would look out for your back?
Not many.
Nope.
Right.
I said, look at me.
You see us?
I know.
You see this four here? That's as far as any of my trust go. Well, you too, Ernie. I mean, you and I've never had a problem.
Well, no, I'm glad we don't.
Yeah, you're one of the good ones, man.
Right. Yes, I'll try to be.
Yeah.
These people aren't part of the family, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it.
And the more I involve them with other cops and the more the word gets out, I don't want them to take a bullet in the head for just helping me.
I got you.
You get it?
Understood.
So you think
But they're a good group of people. They're odd.
Would you call them
Grant you.
vigilantes?
Huh?
Would you call them vigilantes or not?
No, not vigilantes. I would call them psychic investigators. Okay, let's put a test to our trust. I'll tell you what happened there. Basic. And if anything comes back to me, I know where it
it's
came
us.
from.
Right.
They were there. They helped somebody who was victimized by a certain government. Things were done to him against his will. He wanted revenge. These guys definitely tried to talk him out of it. They did talk him out of it with a bit of a tussle. And he got his revenge without a lot of bloodshed. There was some, but the person he was after ended up being taken by the government, probably not to a good place. But that specific government folded up tents, covered their tracks, and left. And it was pretty much implied that if any of us say anything, we're going to be covered up and taken away too.
By that particular government
Maybe.
or by the people that you're talking about?
so? What about
One and the same.
What about his what was her name? I'm sorry, Doe.
Yeah.
Hey, what about Doe? Is she okay? Gonna be okay? We need to watch out for her.
She's fine. One of these friends of mine has a touch with the supernatural. I think he can see ghosts. If you believe in that sort of thing, which I'm starting.
I look right at Ernie and I say, I do.
Well, apparently, for whatever reason, when her husband passed away in that incident, he attached himself to this fella and was very angry about something. He was tormenting this friend of ours pretty harshly, but that got dealt with too. I guess you could say he was haunting this guy.
So
But that got dealt with. He's gone.
yeah, but what did he have to do with all this? The cop.
From what I understand, this fella talked to him as he passed away right there on the sidewalk.
No, I mean, what is the cop's connection? Why him? Is he part of that government?
This gentleman who was victimized by the government and made to be this way
Okay.
wanted revenge. He used that cop to track down one of the co-conspirators.
Oh, so it's just wrong place, wrong
And
time.
the reason he took that cop, from what I understand, he could read him like a book.
That makes sense.
Get in his mind and see what kind of person he was. Let's just say,
Yeah,
I don't know how many people actually miss him.
his wife don't.
Expendable tool.
Yes, he was a
So not only
he was a disposable tool to get the first domino to fall.
right, someone he could use that wouldn't mind if it went away. That's
And this
brilliant.
fellow who wanted revenge, if you would have met this guy, if you would have talked to him, I only talked to him briefly. He was right. And him using Doe to do his dirty work, better him than somebody else.
I agree with that.
So this guy's still on the streets. We gotta watch out.
Who?
The guy that climbed in his head.
He's gone. Not with the government. He's out there somewhere, but he's gone. But
So he's gone.
he got his revenge, and I think he parted with these friends of mine on decent terms.
And
Okay.
your friends are gone
Okay.
too, right?
You know, they're around. I mean, they didn't pack up and leave Vegas. I know that.
Okay.
I'll
But
tell
I
you
don't
what,
really
Ernie,
want to tell you their names because I don't want them to get...
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I appreciate what you did tell us, Ernie. Please know that, our biggest concern with all this, of course, is just what actually happened.
Well, now you know.
Because,
And I wouldn't go look into it any further. Trust me, number one, there ain't nothing to look into now. Number two, the more you dig into this, you got to remember these government guys were very involved in this.
Especially you. I see you sniffing up.
See, I
I
knew
think our
something
biggest
was
concern
afoot.
was just we
Somebody's
didn't want it to happen to any
preoccupied.
other police officer in the area. So,
It felt like something higher up.
All
I
right.
just couldn't
So
remember
this
what.
thing was settled, but I appreciate you asking me. And, I want to, I've been a cop a while here. I want to be able to trust my police family. So
well, you can,
not to be rude or not to be mean and not to be hurtful, but this is your first test. I hope you pass.
Yeah. Hey, no one likes me, but it's okay.
He kind of laughs. He's like, well, I like you because nobody likes me either.
Hey.
All right. Well, we will stop there.
all right. Well, that's,
'Cause it was like that was a perfect way to get you into
right,
the world,
right.
but not having you. Yeah, that wasn't going to be your first module.
Well, that's it for us tonight, folks. We are the Raconteur Society. Switch, folks, hang out. We are going to raid someone. Make sure to check out all our social medias to know what we're playing next week. You can find all of our social medias on our link tree, which is on all of our social medias. So it doesn't matter
how
what
that
you're
works?
on. You can go to our link tree link and find the rest of them. Let's see. If you want to check out the storylines and all the games we play, we have a log of them on YouTube. Go check out that. We have all the games in their chronological order in their playlists. You can follow the storylines of every game that we play, and we play many.
Oh, yeah.
And you can figure out what all just happened on this module they're talking about.
Right.
Who this other group is and what happened.
Okay, hold on. Zombie Jesus said, good night, guys. Good session. Much love.
Good night.
This
Night,
was
zombie. Night,
on the
baby.
fly.
Completely on the fly.
Completely on the fly. I just had to pull that right out of my butt. So, yes, I was.
And I
very
literally
happy.
had to build everything you're looking at the stream tonight in about an hour and some change.
Yes.
So, yes.
So,
All right, so on to the thank
thank
yous
you
then.
very much.
Thank you to Dale for running the game tonight. Thanks to the Dragon's Den for hosting. And crafting some of the music that we use. Like Mike for his technical prowess and investment. Thank you to Bobby, who does all of our editing. Thank you to...
I'm just here for the free hot dogs and the pony rides. Okay?
Thank you to Dale and Mike again for the awesome artwork
Hot
we
dogs?
use in each of the streams. Thanks to Brad for showing up, even though he didn't tonight. An extra special thank you to Zombie Jesus and Shea Bay for being our moderators on our Twitch channel.
Thank you, guys.
Make sure you catch their shows the days that they stream.
Yeah.
And thank you to Simon for being British.
Yes, and thank you to Simon. Thanks to every one of our folks for showing up and watching us tonight. We love you all. We couldn't do it without you. Make sure to tune in next week. And a big thank you, of course, to Pinnacle for making Deadlands Noir.
Yes, yes.
If you like that game, go to our YouTube channel, go to the description of the video, and you'll find a link to the website to buy the game. So go check that out, buy it, run a game in your own. It's a good time. If you have any questions about them, get a hold of us. We'll let you know. And again, well, that's it. I'm going to do the raid. Tonight we're raiding Dummies and Dice Rolls because what a great
All
name. Let's see if I can get this
Yeah,
to work.
yes, I do watch them. They're actually pretty good.
All right, we're getting ready to raid in 10, 9. Get in there, everybody. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Raid!
With it having the potential to be both, knowing that it has
We raided with 4 people tonight.
Jacques' brain.
Awesome. All right, folks, everybody else is still tuned in. We'll see y'all next week. Make sure you check out the social medias. Have a good night.
Seeing you.
Later.